Hey YouTube, welcome back to another episode of the Lincoln Williams Show. And today we're going to be reviewing Star Wars: The Force Awakens. One of the movies that I forgot to mention in my reviews of 2015, and let's break it down, shall we? Star Wars: The Force Awakens. If you have already watched it, then you already know how it's going to end with this review and all that stuff. So if you haven't watched it yet, then pay close attention to every single detail that I'm about to tell you. No spoilers. This is going to be no spoiling. This is not going to be a spoiling review. So let's begin. The two main characters that that are going to set the premise for the next generation of Star Wars is Finn and Rey. Rey is a girl that grew up on a sand planet, and she's willing to sacrifice herself for the rebels against the Empire again. And Finn is a stormtrooper that did not like what was going on in the war. He thought everything in the war was wrong in his rule book. So he got onto a ship and he just flew into that desert planet and met Rey, and their journey begins. That's all I can tell you about the beginning, basically. So, anyway, what next should I tell you? Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is a version of Darth Vader. Kylo Ren wants to be like Darth Vader, but he's not quite there yet. You can actually tell it by his face, and he's frustrated at times, and he just likes to slash computers with his lightsaber, like rapidly across the room, and it's just, he's frustrated with the Force. He's frustrated with the Force, and he just cannot control his emotions, and he gets all angry at times, and he's trying to fight this war, but the rebels keep on winning, and this is the character that you're going to see in the movie, frustrated, and and there's a shocking reveal behind Kylo Ren, basically. Han Solo and Chewbacca are in this one too. They're great. They're just one of the best buds that you ever encounter in a Star Wars movie, no doubt about it. There were some shocking sequences here and there, and I was like, "What? This is happening in the movie? What?" There were some shocking scenes in the movie, and secrets to unveil about Kylo Ren and what he is, and basically is that. Yes. So, and the voice acting was really good. And I think they did a really good job with the voice acting and the cinematography. The lasers, oh my gosh, the lasers in this movie are just nothing you have ever seen before, by J.J. Abrams or Adams. Abrams, I think Abrams is his name. One of the best guys that grew up with Star Wars. That's right, this director grew up with Star Wars, and he continued that Star Wars legacy in his own perspective on how this should turn out in Star Wars Episode 8 and Episode 9. Basically, in 2 years, Star Wars Episode 8 is going to be a good episode overall. Excuse me, I'm talking too much. Glubby glubby the throat. Basically, the things that are bad about this movie are it dragged a little bit too close to A New Hope, about this much. So you can actually tell what's going to happen in the movie, and not everything that's going on in the movie, but just the cinematography and all that. But the cinematography was great overall. Great. It was reborn. Sorry, I got something in my eye and I just can't get it out. I got crap in my eye and all that stuff. So basically, the cinematography was great. Let's talk about the bad things about the movie. So I talked about the dragging a little bit too close to A New Hope. Let's talk about the bad things about this movie. Well, there's not going to be spoilers in this review, so I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. The young general, was all like, yeah, it's like, we're going to win this empire, yeah, yeah, yeah. And, well, he doesn't do that, but he just felt kind of weak and all that stuff. And the guy right next to him in the movie, he should have been the general because he was older and wiser, and he should have been the honor roll of the imperial, announcement that we're going to win this war, blah 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 blah, and all that stuff. So yeah, those are the only bad parts about this movie that I can figure out so far. But yeah, the laser effects were really good. J.J. Abrams did a really good job of directing this movie, and oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to cut it short because there's something in my eye. But the final verdict for Star Wars The Force Awakens is a 8 out of 10. It's a very great Star Wars movie if you're willing to get back into the Star Wars universe, the lore of the Star Wars universe and all that stuff. There's everything that you dreamed about this movie coming true and all that stuff. So, thank you guys, and thank you for watching this episode of the Lincoln Williams Show, and I'll be back someday, YouTubers, and may the Force be with you.